Welcome to Sports 360, our weekly show on what's happening in the world of sports. We take a look at the top sporting stories of the week and also a critical look at the stories that missed our attention. Our regular segments on player, goal and image of the week. I am Tapush Bhattacharya and let's get started with the top story we are tracking this week. Young Indian shooters shone once more as they swept the mixed events at the ISF World Cup finals to register a memorable day for the country. India finishes at the top of the medal tally with 5 gold, 2 silver and 1 bronze. India made a brilliant start to the World Cup finals with Manu Bhaker, 11 and Divyansh Pawar bagging gold medals. They continued their form on the second day in the mixed events also. India's rifle and pistol shooting contingent finished their engagements at the ISSF World Cup final on a high. Indian athletes were part of both the teams that won both the President's Trophy for the 10-meter air pistol and air rifle mixed team competition. Now the contingent has finished at the top of the medal tally. Manu Bhaker first paired with world number 1 Russian Artem Chornosov to outclass pair of Saurav Chaudhary and an Olympic champion Anna Korakaki 17-13 in the final. Then Divyansh Pawar joined Croatian legend Senzana Pecic to win the trophy in the 10-meter air rifle mixed team competition. India's Shazar Rizvi also won bronze in the 10-meter air pistol mixed team competition. Manu and Divyansh had earlier won their individual 10-meter air competition to take India at the top of the medal tally with 3 gold medals. This performance mirrored India's dominance throughout the year in the rifle and pistol World Cup stages. Saurav Chaudhary in the men's 10-meter air pistol, Elavenil Valaverin in the women's 10-meter air rifle and Divyansh Pawar in the men's 10-meter air rifle finished on top of the 2019 ISSF rankings. Sports 360 DD India. Double Asian Games medalist equestrian Ford Mirza secured an Olympic quota after finishing as the top-ranked rider in his group in the qualifiers, ending a wait spanning nearly 2 decades. The 27-year-old was the highest-ranked rider in Group G for the Southeast Asia Oceania in the individual eventing category after the end of the Europe stage earlier this month. Mirza finished with a total of 64 points from 6 qualifying events. However, the official confirmation will be announced by the International Equestrian Federation on 20th of February. Imtiaz Anis in 2000 Sydney and late wing commander I.J. Lamba in 1996 Atlanta Olympic Games are the only Indian to have represented the country at the Olympics. From equestrian to boxing, Indian boxing star Vijendra Singh demolished Ghana's former Commonwealth champion Charles Adamu to claim his 12th successive win and ensured that his 4-year unbeaten streak in the professional circuit remains intact. The 34-year-old former Olympic bronze medalist who holds the WBO Asia Pacific and Oriental super middleweight belts prevailed in a unanimous verdict in an 8-round contest against the 42-year-old. Moving to football, and I-League former champions Aswal FC will clash with Kolkata Giants Mohun Bagan at home in the opening round match of the I-League 2019-20 season on 30th of November. In another opening round match, Kozhikode-based Gokulam Kerala FC will host Manipur's Neroka FC. The 13th edition of the I-League was officially launched at a glittering ceremony in the national capital. The league will kick off on 30th of November with former champions Mohun Bagan and Aswal FC locking horns at the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium in Mizoram. The league will feature 11 teams this season with the induction of Traw FC, the winners of the second division last season. In a first, fans across the country this season will witness 2 local derbies, the legendary Kolkata derby between East Bengal and Mohun Bagan and the Imphal derby featuring Neroka FC and Traw FC.
Expecting another fantastic round of football. The last 4-5 seasons have been fantastic with the matches going down to the wire, last day finishes, sometime last minute finishes. Last day it was Chennai City who won it on the last day. Year before that it was Minerva. So it has been fantastic few seasons of Hero I-League, and I expect the same kind of competitiveness, same kind of action on the field. and hopefully the magic of Hero I League will continue this year also.
As you know, last season we did not win the league by 1 point. It's very unfortunate for us. And the previous season also, sometimes we finish at second, sometimes third. We always very close. So yeah, I hope we prepare very well for this season. I hope luckily we win this season.
बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम है हमारी. अगर देखा जाए स्क्वाड, आई थिंक अगर अभी 28 प्लेयर्स हैं तो उसमें से 23 24 प्लेयर्स ऐसे हैं जो खेले हुए हैं, और 4-5 प्लेयर है जो हम लोगों ने जो एकेडमी से सीनियर में प्रमोट किए हैं. तो एक होता है ना कि आप 11 खेले हो तो पीछे कोई नहीं है, लेकिन इस बार ऐसा नहीं है. हमारा जो बेंच भी है वो भी स्ट्रॉन्ग है. तो आई थिंक इट विल बी डिफिकल्ट फॉर कोच टू कि किसको वो खिलाए किसको नहीं खिलाए.
Real Kashmir will open their campaign with an away match against East Bengal on December 4th, while their first home match is on December 12th against Gokulam, Kerala in Srinagar. AIFF's development side, Indian Arrows, will play their first 5 of their home matches beginning on December 6th against Gokulam, Kerala in Goa, while the remaining 5 will play at Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar. The I-League has witnessed many a fairy tale in recent years, with underdogs such as Aswal FC, Punjab FC, and Chennai City winning the previous 3 editions. The 12th edition debutants Real Kashmir also created a flutter and were title contenders at one point. Sports 360 TT India. Well, the success of Aswal FC in the I-League this season has become a symbol of what football means to the northeast of India and what the northeast means for Indian football. Amidst the fundamental contradictions that Indian football has most recently wreaked to start with the Indian Super League versus the I-League and the lack of systematic pathways across many states, football in northeast stands for passion, ambition and pure soul.
Teams from the northeast have always been formidable. After all, it is a hotbed of Indian football. The induction of local boys by these teams have been of top notch in the past decade, with some of them donning the national colours. Teams from the northeast have always given other teams a run for their money in the elite competitions. Aizawl FC, a club based out of capital of Mizoram, created history by becoming the first team from the region to claim the coveted I-League trophy back in 2016-17 edition. Aizawl's win changed the attitude of the teams from the highlands. They gained huge fan following, even though football prevailed as their primary sport for decades. Aizawl FC's campaign gave a real push. Neroka FC was another success story. Also a club from Imphal, Neroka FC made its I-League debut in 2017-18 season. They had an instant impact, securing a runners-up finish with the aid of Gift Raikhan. In his managerial debut, as per the trend, many of their players were native to the place.
After the fourth season, I got so many offers from other teams, but I didn't think I have to leave Trao FC because I made them a promise, because in the first season we were very close to qualifying. So I told them we'll come back next season and we're going to do it. So because of that, I gave them my word and I kept it. Actually, the recipe of success, I will say, in the recruits that they do, they go for the people who want to play, not for the big names or the big profiles. They take the players who want to play, who are young, who are ready to play, to give their best, not just for the money, but they want to make a career for themselves. I think that is the secret.
The existence of northeastern teams not only makes Indian football competitive, but also provides a plethora of raw talent for its arsenal. With one of the teams from the region relegated, Trao FC will shoulder the burden of carrying on the legacy for football crazy corner of the nation.
Feel good that we are local boys, Most of the Northeast people, they work really hard, They came from the poor background, so they wanted to be export to the world, And so because of that, they really wanted to work hard and become a good player and to help the family, and also I think because they work hard, so that's why they shifted to the Northeast. It'll be a big chance for us to play in the derby matches like Neroka and Aizawl FC, because there's lots of rivals coming up, so especially Neroka, so we have to prepare a lot. And thinking back, to play against them we are trying really hard. We are pushing to our limits. So we are doing good, so we hope we will do better.
It is important that clubs promote local talents rather than just relying on the services of expensive foreign recruits. Teams which inculcate the habit of local talents have tasted success in recent past. Minerva, Punjab FC and Chennai City FC have been benefited largely from this area during the respective I-League titles in the 2017-18 and 2018-19 seasons.
I think every year football is growing, not only in the northeast side, but from the northeast, most of the clubs are taking a good care from the grassroots. So that's why I think it's developing from the northeast side. The main thing is that they want to become professional footballer. From their profession, they will get their money, and from that they can live their livelihood. They can earn money for their family and rise up. So,
with the I-League already being neglected for its richer cousin, the Indian Super League, the onus will be on I-League teams to improve their standards and keep its existence alive. Heavyweights like Mohan Bagan, East Bengal and Churchill Brothers will always make the league glamorous, but the responsibility also lies on fresh teams to make an effort to get an equal footing as the rest. Sports 360, DT India.
Well, 2 clubs from I-League would be offered an entry into the Indian Super League by the end of the 2020-21 season. Clubs from both the leagues would be consolidated into one league by 2024-25 season, and a system of promotion and relegation would be implemented as well. But the biggest issue in the coming years for these I-League clubs won't be about the relegation or promotion, but to survive in the second division I-League clubs, where there is an assumption that sponsorship and TV time will likely fail.
The Asian Football Confederation and All India Football Federation have formulated a roadmap for league football in India. The roadmap officially announces the Indian Super League as the top division and I-League as the second division competition of the country. Indian Super League winners will get an AFC Champions League playoff spot from this season, while the I-League winners will be given the AFC Cup playoff slot. The roadmap in brief mentions the following: Indian Super League to be the national top division from the 2019-20 season with the existing 10 teams. Football Sports Development Limited, the owners of the ISL, will invite 2 I-League clubs to bid for 2 more franchises in the ISL in the 2021-2022 season. I-League champions to qualify for ISL 2022-23 without paying any fee. No central pool revenue to be shared to the new entrant on merit. I-League champions to qualify for ISL 2023-24 without paying any fee. No central pool to be shared to the new entrant on merit. I-League to be demoted to the second division from the interim cup competition of the country. ISL to continue with 14 teams and have relegation to the second division. 2 I-League clubs will be allowed to enter the ISL by the end of 2020-21 season on the condition that they pay 15 crore rupees franchise fee and meet the club licensing criteria. East Bengal and Mohun Bagan are the 2 I-League teams likely to join the ISL when the window opens at the end of next season. It is not yet clear as to how the I-League will be restructured going forward with regards to issues like number of teams, broadcasters and such. In fact, whether they can sustain is question in itself. In the last few years, Goan giants Dempo and Salgaonkar, along with other teams like Pune FC, scaled down their operations after realizing that the I-League would be relegated to second division. For these clubs, it was a challenge to generate revenue, even when they dominated the I-League when it was the top division. From 2024-25 season onwards, the 2 parallel league systems will be abolished. ISL will introduce promotion and relegation system in sync with most leagues around the world.
Well, moving to cricket, Mohammad Shami has become the most successful bowler in the last 2 years when bowling in the second innings. Shami has taken 51 wickets in 20 innings since 2018. Australia's Pat Cummins has 48 wickets, while South Africa's Kagiso Rabada has 34 wickets.
In the past 2 years, Indian pacer Mohammad Shami has displayed a different side of himself. In the second innings of a test match, the 29-year-old is Captain Virat Kohli's most lethal weapon. If you take a look at his stats, Shami has taken 51 wickets in 20 innings at an average of 17 since 2018. Shami's strike rate of 32.2 is best among bowlers who have taken 25 or more wickets in the past 2 years in the second innings of a test match. The other bowlers who feature in the list are Pat Cummins, 48 wickets, Nathan Lyon, 47 wickets, Kagiso Rabada, 34 wickets, Ravindra Jadeja, 32 wickets, Jasprit Bumrah, 29 wickets, and Josh Hazlewood, 29 wickets. In the opening test match against Bangladesh in Indore, Shami took 7 wickets, in which 4 scalps belonged to second innings. And this performance has lifted him 8 places to 7th position in the latest ICC Test ranking for bowlers. In the Freedom Trophy against South Africa, Shami played crucial role in India's 3-0 win as he claimed 13 wickets in 6 innings at an average of 14.76. He has taken 3 5-wicket hauls in the second innings in the last 2 years and also became the first fast bowler in 23 years to take a fifer in 4th innings in India. Currently, the Indian pace attack is one of the best in the world. In the 3-match series against South Africa, Indian pacers took 26 wickets at home conditions. There was no Jasprit Bumrah in the opening test match against Bangladesh, but Mohammad Shami, Ishant Sharma and Umesh Yadav were ruthless and unplayable as Bangladeshi batsmen danced to their tunes. The trio of Shami, Ishant and Umesh took a total of 14 wickets in the match to demolish Bangladesh in both the innings. In the past 2 years, Indian pacers have bagged 271 wickets at a strike rate of 44.2 in 23 matches. And this is main reason behind Team India's transition into the number 1 ranked side in the Test cricket.
Moving to European football, Jose Mourinho has been appointed as Tottenham's new manager following the sacking of Mauricio Pochettino. Mourinho will earn almost double the wage of his predecessor, Mauricio Pochettino, at £15 million a year. The former Chelsea and Manchester United boss has signed a contract until the end of 2022-23 season. Jose Mourinho has been named Tottenham head coach until the end of the 2023 season. The former Manchester United and Chelsea boss replaces Mauricio Pochettino, who was sacked, with the club 14th in the Premier League. Negotiations between Spurs and Mourinho, who had been out of work since he was sacked by United in December, intensified over the last few days and concluded in the early hours of Wednesday morning. Mourinho was promised funds to improve the squad in January and in the summer transfer window, if he felt necessary. Mourinho has won 3 Premier League titles with Chelsea and is one of the only 3 managers to have won the UEFA Champions League twice with 2 clubs, FC Porto in 2004 and Inter Milan in 2010. Mourinho, who lives in London, inherits a Tottenham side that have won just 5 matches all season. He turned down job offers in China, Spain and Portugal since leaving United. The deal to take Mourinho to Tottenham was brokered by Israeli super agent Bini Zahavi, the man who took Neymar to Paris Saint-Germain in a world record of £200 million deal. Relations between Spurs board and their manager turned sour in the recent months. In particular, Pochettino's suggestion that he had planned to leave Tottenham if they had won the Champions League final in June was a bad for the morale of the whole club, not just the players, and was seen as a big mistake. Sports 360, TT India. Let's take a look at Mourinho's career in numbers. 25 honours won, including 2 Champions League and 3 Premier League titles, 2 Serie A crowns and 62.3 Premier League win percentage with Chelsea and United, 190 out of 300. Remember, he has won 3 Premier League Manager of the Season awards, 2004, 2005, 2005, 2006. 3 Premier League Manager of the Month awards, November 2004, January 2005 and March 2007. £360 million approximately fees reportedly spent by United during Mourinho's tenure. The number 9 of different clubs managed by the Portuguese, starting with Benfica and then moving on to at the end to Manchester United before he joined Tottenham. 909 games managed in his career. That's a huge number of matches he managed in his whole career. Let's take a look at the big matches played at the Euro 2020 qualifier in this roundup.
Europe's big gun booked their ticket for Euro 2020 finals. Let's take a look in this Euro 2020 qualifiers roundup. Spain thrashed Romania final to secure top spot in Group F of Euro 2020 qualifiers. Fabian Ruiz scored the opening goal of the match after 8 minutes. Villarreal forward Moreno doubled Spain's lead with a well-placed header in the 33rd minute before making it 3-0 before the half-time. Towards the end of half-time, Adrian Rus turned the ball into his own net to make it 4-0. In the stoppage time of the second half, Mikel Oyarzabal scored from outside the box and made it 5-0 in favour of Spain. The victory means Spain remain unbeaten in Group F and will be among 6 seeded nations when the finals draw is made on November 30. In Group C, Germany booked their place at the Euro 2020 with a 4-0 victory over Belarus. Matthias Ginter opened the scoring for the hosts Mönchengladbach before Leon Goretzka doubled their lead. Real Madrid's Toni Kroos scored 2 fine goals to seal a comfortable win. Meanwhile, Italy finished their Euro 2020 qualified campaign with a 100% record from 10 games and with one of the biggest wins in the history. In their 10th match of the qualifying campaign, Italy demolished Armenia 9-1. Ciro Immobile, one of Europe's hottest strikers right now, started the rout. Nicolo Zaniolo also scored 2 goals for a Azzurri side. In the 79th minute of the match, Edgar Babian scored a consolation goal for Armenia. Babian's consolatory goal prevented Italy equaling their biggest win, a 9-0 defeat of United States in Brentford in 1948. Elsewhere, Portugal booked their place at the Euro 2020 after a 2-0 win over Luxembourg. Bruno Fernandes scored the opening goal of the match to put Portugal 1-0 up towards the end of the first half. Meanwhile, Cristiano Ronaldo scored his 99th international goal in the 86th minute of the match. Now the Juventus star is eyeing to break the world record for men's international goals. He is 10 behind Iran legend Ali Diaz-Teli of 109 goals after scoring 14 goals for Portugal this year. Portugal are at second place in Group B after earning 17 points in 8 matches. Ukraine had already gone through as the group winner. Meanwhile, England ended their Euro 2020 qualifying campaign with a 4-0 victory over Kosovo. Harry Winks and Mason Mount scored their first senior goals for 3 Lions. Harry Winks scored the opening goal of the match in the 32nd minute with the help of a pass from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Tottenham striker Harry Kane had almost doubled the lead in the second half, but his shot from 8 yards came back off the post. In the second half, Kane doubled the lead with his 32nd goal for England from close range. Meanwhile, substitute Marcus Rashford produced a cool finish with the help of an assist from Raheem Sterling. Sports 360 DD India.
Argentina rescued a draw in their friendly with South American rivals Uruguay, and in this match, Luis Suarez whipped up a stunning free kick from 25 yards that proved too powerful for Argentine goalkeeper Andreda to keep out. This is our goal of the week. Meanwhile, moving on to tennis, Stefanos Tsitsipas confirmed his meteoric rise into the highest echelons of men's tennis by battling back to beat Austrian Dominic Thiem 6-7, 6-2, 7-6 in a compelling title duel at the ATP Finals. The Greek is now the youngest winner of the tournament since Leighton Hewitt won it in 2001 at the age of 20.
Stefanos Tsitsipas said he was ready for a breakthrough Grand Slam victory after winning the ATP Finals in London, but a glance at recent history invites caution. The 21-year-old Greek was in bullish mood after he beat Dominic Thiem, having ousted Roger Federer in the semi-finals to become the season-ending event's youngest winner since 2001. Although Tsitsipas's victory feels significant, he is the 4th first-time champion in as many years at the season finale, which has proved a poor predictor of future success. Last year, young German Alexander Zverev pummeled Novak Djokovic in the final, but he had a miserable time at this season's slams, while the Serb picked up the Australian Open and Wimbledon titles to take his overall tally to 16. Rafael Nadal won 12th French Open title and added the US Open, underlining the fact that the old guard was still very much in charge. No member of the Big Three, also featuring Federer, has won the season-ending ATP Finals since 2015, when Djokovic picked up his 5th title. The Joker was also the last ATP Finals champion to go on to win a major title. Injury-plagued Andy Murray has won only 2 trophies since he secured his sole ATP Finals title in 2016, crowning his strongest season. And the lavishly gifted but inconsistent Grigor Dimitrov has not won a tournament since his 2017 success at the season finale. The fact remains that despite all the razzmatazz surrounding the ATP Finals, it is the Grand Slams that are the true yardstick in tennis. Since 38-year-old Federer won his first Grand Slam title in 2003, the Big Three have collected an astonishing 55 out of the 66 majors on offer, with Murray and Stan Wawrinka also winning 3 apiece. There has long been speculation over who would have the guts and talent to overthrow the established order. Players such as Milos Raonic, Dimitrov and Kei Nishikori, members of a previous supposed next generation, consistently failed to challenge the dominant trio. However, that is not to say that there is no hope for the younger players, who now appear to be getting closer. Sports 360, DD India.
Now, Stefanos Tsitsipas underlined his stature as the future of men's tennis as he became the youngest debutant winner of the ATP Finals in 41 years, and he is the Sports 360 Player of the Week also. Well, construction work has been completed at the Tokyo's National Stadium, which is set to be the centerpiece of next year's Olympic Games. The Japan Sports Council said that the final work had been completed with just the final quality and safety checks remaining before the stadium opens next month.
Japan's new national stadium, the 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games main venue, has been completed a month before its official inauguration. According to the council, the final construction details were finished on Thursday, with just final inspections remaining before the stadium's December 21st inauguration. The stadium, which will seat 60,000 people and was designed by Japanese architect Kengo Kuma, will host the game's opening and closing ceremonies next year. The venue is also scheduled to hold athletics and soccer games. Its construction began in December 2016, about 14 months later than originally planned, after the original design by late Iraqi-British architect Zaha Hadid was discarded and replaced by Kuma's due to spiraling cost. The stadium's final cost stand at about 150 billion yen or 1.38 billion US dollars. Japan could not use it to host the 2019 Rugby World Cup as originally planned due to construction delays. The first sports event to be held in the stadium will be the Emperor's Cup soccer final on January 1st. The 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games will take place from July 24th to August 9th next year, while the Paralympics will be held from August 25th to September 6th. The government plans to privatize the stadium in autumn of 2020 following the event. The facility is expected to start commercial operations in the second half of 2020 after undergoing renovations.
That's all in this edition of Sports 360. Send your feedback about our program. What is your perception, your views, and what do you like and how can we make it better? Drop us a mail on ddindiasports360@gmail.com. Before we leave, enjoy these images where French surfer Justin conquered massive wave in Portugal. See you next week, same time, same channel. Until then, goodbye.